Good morning, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for October 1st, 2014, Wednesday morning around 7:33 in Billerica, Massachusetts. Going to be a damp and dreary day with off and on rain showers, but nothing very significant. We do need the rain, but we need a good soaking rain in this area, and that's not in the cards for right now. Some news to report. The New York Islanders beat the Boston Bruins in preseason action by the score of 5-3 last night at the Garden, and also the Kansas City Royals beat the Oakland A's by the score of 9-8 in the AL wildcard game. The Kansas City Royals are advancing to the division series to face off against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Very tough break for the Oakland A's because they went all in for the trading deadline, getting all this pitching and stuff, and it really backfired. Ever since these trades were made, they went downhill. They had the best record in all of baseball, and then the last 2 months they almost collapsed out of the playoff picture. But you know, this was sad because they were going for the World Series. You gotta feel bad for Adam Dunn, who waited his whole career to play in the playoffs, and he was benched last night. He didn't get into the playoff game, and he's retiring after 14 years as a Major League Baseball player, and he has 462 home runs. I think he's not going to go in the Hall of Fame because he has a very low batting average. He's up for the Hall of Fame in 2020, but he's probably going to get less than 5% of the ballots. Some important dates in history. 111 years ago was the first World Series game. 1903 World Series, Pittsburgh Pirates against the Boston Pilgrims. The Pilgrims became the Red Sox in 1907. And also 53 years ago today, New York Yankees outfielder Roger Maris hit his 61st home run, breaking Babe Ruth's record for most home runs in a season with 60. And Roger Maris is the true home run king single season record. And 52 years ago today, Johnny Carson took over as Tonight Show host on NBC. Johnny Carson started a 29-and-a-half-year run as the king of late night on NBC. I'll mention him in a video blog later on in the day. But my first video blog subject of the day is my 2014-2015 NHL preview and predictions blog. It's only one more week until another NHL season, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. All pumped up about this, especially for the Boston Bruins, because they had the best record in the National Hockey League last year, but they faltered in the playoffs, losing to Montreal in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals because they laid an egg on Game 6 and 7. And here's my predictions. In the Atlantic Division for the Eastern Conference of the National Hockey League, here's where they're going to finish. First place, it's going to be Tampa Bay Lightning. The Tampa Bay Lightning have a good goaltender, Ben Bishop and Steven Stamkos, and they have improved their offense and defense. They're going to win the Atlantic Division. Second place will go to the Boston Bruins. They still have Chara, Bergeron, and Tuukka, and other good players. I think they're still going to be good this year. Third place is going to be the Montreal Canadiens. They have Carey Price and PK Subban and other offensive stuff. Fourth place, Toronto Maple Leafs, and they have a decent team and stuff like that, but they need more production from the captain Dion Phaneuf, and David Clarkson needs to step it up because last year he had a very bad season for a free agent signing. Fifth place is going to be the Detroit Red Wings. I think this is going to be the year they do not make the playoffs for the first time since 1990. Sixth will be the Florida Panthers. And I think the Florida Panthers are going to jump up the standing. I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to battle for a wild card spot. They got good young talent. Seventh will be the Ottawa Senators. And they still have a lot of holes to fill. And the eighth place team of the Atlantic Division is going to be the Buffalo Sabres. This years away from serious playoff contention, staying in the Eastern Conference. The Metropolitan Division, the first place team will be the Pittsburgh Penguins. They still have a great team with Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Marc-Andre Fleury. They still have some problems on defense, but I think they still have will still take the Metropolitan Division, even though it's going to be very competitive. Second place, surprise team, will be the Columbus Blue Jackets. They have good players, and their goaltender, Sergei Braskev, one's the best in the league. I'd pick him for second place in the Metropolitan Division. Third place in the Metropolitan Division will be the New York Rangers. They're going to take a little step back this year. They made the Stanley Cup Finals, but they have some problems with, like, their offense. Derek Steffen's going to miss some time, and they might regress back a little bit this year. They'll still make the playoffs, I think. The fourth place team will be a surprise, and the first wild card from the Eastern Conference will be the Washington Capitals. They have a new coach, Barry Trotz. He's focusing more on defense now. I think you're going to see maybe a breakout season by the goaltender, number one goaltender. And also defense has been improved. I think he's going to turn Alex Ovechkin into a defensive forward. And it's going to be interesting in Washington. The fifth place team in the Metropolitan Division, the wild card, will be the Philadelphia Flyers. They still have questions in the goaltending and offense, but I still think they'll sneak in as a wild card. Sixth place, the New Jersey Devils. They don't have too many offensive parts and stuff like that, but they still will do the line and grind and stuff. There's no more Martin Brodeur, but I wouldn't be surprised if they'll battle for the last wild card spot. Seventh place, the New York Islanders, another team that's kind of up and coming, and I wouldn't be surprised if they try to battle for one of the last wild card spots. John Tavares is the next big star in the NHL. And the eighth place team in the Metropolitan Division is the Carolina Hurricanes. I think they have no shot of making the playoffs. Jordan Stahl's going to be out a while with a broken leg, and they have a lot of question marks and stuff. I think they're going to be in the cellar. Now moving to the Western Conference. This is the Central Division predictions. First place team in the Central Division will be the St. Louis Blues. I think the St. Louis Blues have the talent to finish first in the division. Second place will be the Chicago Blackhawks, another great team. They have, like, Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews, and their goaltender, Corey Crawford. I think they'll finish second in that Central Division. Third place, the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota Wild's getting improved on offense and defense. The question mark's goaltending, but if they get a decent amount of goaltending and with their firepower on the offense and defense, they're going to go places, I think. They might challenge Chicago for second place. The fourth place team and the first wild card from the Western Conference will be the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado Avalanche had an amazing year last year, but I think they're going to regress a little bit, but I think they still will make the playoffs as the wild card team. Fifth place team in the Central Division, the second wild card, Nashville Predators. I think they're going to be improved this year because they have a new coach, Peter Laviolette, and he's going to make a more offensive team. Plus, they still have Shea Weber and Pekka Rinne, who's probably going to have a great year. He was out most of the year last year with an injury, but I think he's going to be a great in nets again. And Shea Weber is probably one of the best defensemen in the National Hockey League. If you have a top 10 defenseman and goaltender, you have a shot to be a very good team, and that's what the Nashville Predators have. Sixth place team, Dallas Stars. They're improving as well, but I think they probably will miss the playoffs by a point or so, but they're improved. And the number 7 is the Winnipeg Jets. They're kind of, a fringe team at best, but there's something missing from them, I think. Something missing from them. Maybe they're a player away or like a leader away from being in playoff contention. The Pacific Division. Here's my predictions. The first place team in the Pacific Division will be the defending Stanley Cup champions, LA Kings. They have a complete team with Jonathan Quick and Dustin Brown and other good players. I think they'll finish first in the division. Second in the division, in the Pacific Division, will be the Anaheim Ducks. Very improved team. They got Corey Perry, Ryan Getzlaf, and the goaltender is going to be very good. Number 3, this will be a surprise team, the Arizona Coyotes. The Coyotes have like a good goaltender in Mike Smith. Their offense and defense is improving, and I think they surprise a lot of people and get that third position in the Pacific Division. Fourth place will be the San Jose Sharks, and it will be the first time in 12 years I'm predicting they don't make the playoffs because their team is kind of aging, and there's a lot of question marks about Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton and other players if they really want to win for the Sharks. I think the next captain of the Sharks is going to be Logan Couture, in my opinion. I think they're going to take a step back and not make the playoffs. The fifth place team in the Pacific Division is the Vancouver Canucks. The Vancouver Canucks are an aging team, and they could be battling for one of the last wild card spots. The Sundin Twins are aging and stuff. The Canucks on a goaltender, Ryan Miller, but I think he's kind of on the downside of his career. He didn't lead the St. Louis Blues to Stanley Cup Finals, which many people were predicting when the Blues traded for him. He didn't do it. Number 6 is the Calgary Flames. I think the Calgary Flames are a little bit improved, but still in the Western Conference, it's going to be very hard for them to get a chance for that wild card spot. I still picked them at number 6, and number 7, the Edmonton Oilers. I think they're going to be cellar dwellers once again, and I think that the team needs to break up that union with all those number 1 picks because it's not working, in my opinion. And now here's my predictions for the Eastern Conference Finals. Tampa Bay Lightning over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Western Conference Final, Anaheim Ducks over the Chicago Blackhawks. And my Stanley Cup Finals will be the Tampa Bay Lightning over the Anaheim Ducks. Here's my predictions for the major awards. The Hart Trophy for NHL's MVP will go to Steven Stamkos of the Lightning. Vezina Trophy for NHL's best goaltender will go to Ben Bishop of the Lightning. Carter Award for best rookie will go to Aaron K. Blair for Florida. Norris Trophy will go to best defenseman. That will be Shea Weber of the Nashville Predators. Jack Adams Award for best coach will go to Barry Trotz of the Washington Capitals. The Art Ross Trophy leading scorer will go to Sidney Crosby of the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think Crosby's going to score 125 points this year. And the Rocket Richard Award for goal scoring for the best goal scorer in the NHL, that's going to go to Steven Stamkos of the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm picking he scores 66 goals this year. Same number that Mario Lemieux wore. So that's about it. I'll be back later on for my Week 5 NFL predictions and my blog about the Tonight Show with the Johnny Castanera. Have a good day, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. Bye now.